arcade tour of Smackdown Live in London at the O2 Arena. Now, I've never heard of the O2 Arena. It's not something I usually would do a little research on, but the arena actually looks quite nice in sort of London. I just wanted to say that before I got started. And I want to make this clear. I know people are pissed off at the ending of this show. I know how people feel about Jinder, and I got my thoughts on that at the end of this review, but let's go through everything else. And I gotta do this first because I cannot leave this for later. I gotta get it over with because it's pissing me off to no end. The match between Becky Lynch and Natalya. It wasn't the fact that this is a match we've seen already. Why couldn't you put... calm down. I would like to see Tamina wrestle. Why not have Tamina wrestle? Why not have Tamina wrestle Becky Lynch? Or Natalya, for that matter. Why not have her wrestle one of them? This was the problem for me. It wasn't the fact that Becky Lynch jobbed to Natalya. It wasn't the fact that it was Charlotte who grabbed Naomi around the waist and pulled her back because essentially she thought she was going to mess up the match for Becky Lynch. Which makes no sense anyway because why? Why do you care, Charlotte, about Becky Lynch? You have been her enemy. We haven't seen her become friends yet. The problem is after the match and that subsequent backstage segment with all three of them, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and my Naomi Knight. Well, everyone says Naomi. I'll still say Naomi Knight because she's still a Dark Knight that can kick people's ass. But the point of this is that Naomi doesn't have a match. Naomi doesn't have a match. I know people want to say, yes, she does. Yeah. With 5 other women, including James Ellsworth at ringside. A 6-woman match. A 6-woman tag match. Why? 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 Why is the WWE not allowing Naomi to have a real feud? Tell me. At the last pay-per-view, of course, you didn't see Naomi there because there was no pay-per-view. We only just got a pay-per-view coming up. We haven't seen any pay-per-views from Smackdown Live since February. And you cannot count WrestleMania because that's meant for both brands. So, for me personally, I can understand the reason why they're doing that. They're trying to build up the welcome wagon. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't even remember the welcome committee. Thank you. There you go. My stupid brain forgot the welcome committee. But the point of this is, why couldn't you do something with Naomi? Why? Look, if you're going to put Charlotte to go up against Naomi for that title, why couldn't you have Charlotte go on a pay-per-view and actually try to earn the right to do it? I never agreed with Charlotte having that ability to get that match where if she wins, she gets a title chance. I never really liked it. You know why? Because I really don't care about Charlotte. Look, it's not about her ring ability, even though like every woman and man that wrestles, they have their quirks. They don't always do things right and they botch. In this match, you saw Becky botch. You saw Natalya botch. You also saw both women jiggle and jiggle. I mean, that's how women and men are. They jiggle. Their bodies jiggle. I guess I'm looking at Natalya's butt jiggle. I'm sorry. Anyway, the point of this is that there's no build for a Naomi at all. There's no build. Yes, Charlotte had her chance last week and she got it blown because it was interfered by the welcome committee. But let's be honest here. Do you really care about the welcome committee? I don't. I want to see Naomi have a feud with someone. If it's got to be Charlotte, fine. If it's going to be Becky Lynch, fine. If it's going to be Natalya, fine. The person I want to see Naomi have a feud against is Tamina because she's her sister-in-law in a sense. She's a relative now because she married Jonathan, so she's an actual relative. Have you seen these two actually have any type of interaction? The only thing I saw during that match was Naomi shoving Tamina to the floor. That's her family. That is her freaking family. And on Smackdown Talking Smack, you know they're family, but they don't even emphasize it. Why? It's stupid. Naomi versus Tamina for the WWE SmackDown Women's title. I want to see that. That's what I want to see. Okay. The next one, Fashion Police versus the Ascension. I know people don't like the people don't like the fashion po-po. I don't normally say it like that, but they're so silly. They gotta be called the po-po. I'm sorry. They're funny. Seeing what they did in that arena, dressed as Sherlock Holmes and a Bobby, which is a police officer from England, from London, was freaking funny. I know a lot of people say it's cliche and it's stereotypical. Yes, but it's still funny. I'm an American. I'm not a Brit. If I was a Brit, I would say, oh, there goes the Americans doing what Americans do. If the British do the same thing and I watch it, say, oh, please, the British are doing what we do, a stereotype. It's still funny, even if it's not meant to be insulting. It's funny. And they pulled it off well, especially when Ascension, I didn't get a chance to pull that Ascension. They looked into that room and saw the Ascension fighting one another. Well, psyching themselves up. Essentially, it was still funny. And then the subsequent match. Was it a good match? Not bad. I'm not saying that Tyler Breeze and Fandango are great wrestlers. They're not. A lot of times these tag teams that are just gimmick tag teams, they have really good wrestlers. They may have some semi-good wrestlers, and then they have wrestlers that can't wrestle to save their lives. I say these guys are semi-good. It's going to be their comedic ability that's going to get them over. And when it came down to it, that's what I felt was the effective thing here. Them winning was fine. But then when you see the Usos come out and do 12 days, you're going to see something's going to happen. 12 days, you're going to have to start waxing each other's back. 12 days, you're going to start kissing each other's back. 12 days, I'm surprised you didn't say you're going to stick each other in the back with something that cannot be said on TV. 12 days, I just started laughing. It's silly, but it was okay. It was something we don't normally get for the Usos. And it was not Jimmy who was doing that. It was Jay that was doing it. That was nice to see that Jay has stepped up and is talking more than Jimmy, because usually Jimmy's the one that talks a lot more than Jay. Not saying he's more charismatic. It's just that Jimmy usually doesn't talk. Jay usually doesn't talk that much. I mean, he talks when it's time. And he does it pretty good. But it's usually that Jimmy does it. Well, I take back what I said about being more charismatic. I think his personality is a bit more charismatic than his brother Jay. I'm saying Jim and Jay. I'm getting it mixed up. And I know who's who. But you get my point, ladies and gentlemen. It was fun. It was something different. I know the crowd didn't get all into it because England doesn't mean they don't have rap. It's just that I doubt they really cared that much about the rap. But it was well done. It wasn't bad. And I enjoyed it. Mojo Rawley had a chance to inspire some kids with an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Cup. I'll say this. This was different compared to how Cesaro, compared to how Big Show, and compared to how, well, Corbin used it. I was alright with that. At least it was something different. Forget about the kid kicking Mojo Rawley in the knee. I don't really care about that. It was different. So they are trying, or they're allowing him to try something different with the Battle Royal win. I'm okay with that. Dolph Ziggler and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to say this to everyone. I'm going to keep saying it. Nick Theodore is a enhancement jobber. Not for the main event. He's just an enhancement jobber, period. He's not meant for the main event anymore. He had his chance, and they basically did nothing with him. He is an enhancement match now. That's all he is. Not in the main card, not in the mid card, to the undercard. Now, I'm only saying this is because Shinsuke Nakamura, yes, he's been there a month, but he hasn't wrestled yet. He is a warm-up match for Shinsuke Nakamura. He is a beginner's feud for Shinsuke Nakamura. Is that fair? Of course it's not. It's not the point that I like Dolph or if I don't like Dolph. The point is that so many people wanted him to be in the main title scene just to see if he can accomplish anything. And every time they put him to the main title scene, they pull him back. Or if he does win a title, he drops it almost immediately. Or he has no feud whatsoever. Nick Theodore needs to leave. It's his time. He's finished. Maybe getting $250,000 a year seems like a great payout for someone. But for the credibility, what is the point? I just don't see it. He needs to leave. Now, was the segment effective? Yes, it was. It's now going to give them a match of Backlash, which I could see ahead of time. And I'm alright with that. Shinsuke is a good talker. He has good ring awareness. A very good way that he does things in the ring. And at this moment, as long as they keep him booked as they did on NXT as a Japanese wrestler with a certain style that should not be interfered with and a certain charisma, a certain attitude, he will get over. The minute they go away from that, forget him. You can walk away from him and just say bye-bye. See you soon. It's been nice. Adios. Whatever you want to call it in whatever language. Avina Sane. Whatever. Au revoir. He's gone. Now, what's left? It is the match of the night. Oh, wait. Rusev had another moment. Rusev had another Twitter moment saying that I'm going to come to Smackdown next week and Shane better give me something or I'm going to walk away. I don't know what's going to happen, but it is something. They're at least doing something with him. That's something. And finally, the last match of the night, the 6-man tag. I wasn't too fond of seeing 6-man tag. They could have done something else. And I got to say this again. Tell me below why you like Sami Zayn as he is. I'm not talking about his ring work. Please get this. I'm not talking about how he works in the ring. I'm not. It's his character. His character sucks. His character is boring. He needs to do something different with his character. He really does. I'd rather see Sami Zayn turn heel than keep him as he is. Because even though the crowd there cheered for him, I didn't care. Kind of like with Charlotte. I don't see anything different from Charlotte. It's not her ring work that's the issue. It's her character that was the issue. As long as she was in a conflict or in a feud with someone that was interesting to bring something extra out of her, then I would care at least enough that something was going on. The minute that you went away from that, I didn't give a damn. In this case, Sami Zayn has had the same character for more than a year. I still don't care about him. In the beginning, I did. It was something different. But now he's gone through more than a few people, and you would think that he might progress his character a little bit. I know they kind of restrain you on Raw and to a certain extent on SmackDown, but you still have a lot more leeway with your character. It's nothing there. I'm bored with him. Tell me the reason why I should care. Please, tell me the reason why. What should I be looking at? What is the best thing for him? But the match itself, with the heels and the faces, the only thing I cared about, and it wasn't Randy Orton, it wasn't Sami Zayn, it was not about Kevin Owens, it was not about AJ Styles in their feud because of the US title. I really feel like they didn't need to do the 6-man tag because then you combine 2 titles in one and one feud becomes from Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. I really feel like they combined 3 things together and it didn't work. But if you're going there, the person that had to win here had to be Jinder Mahal. I know a lot of people would say, what? No. It had to be Randy Orton. No! Randy Orton needed the job here, which he did, and I applaud you, WWE. I may actually have it in my face to pin. I have it in my face right now. And now it's on my shoulder, and then him with his hand up after he got, well, not with his hands up, when he's basically saying, I'm going to go after that title in about a week or so. It had to happen this way. You know why? It's simple. If Jinder did not win this, what is the point? And I know people are going to say, well, look, the Bollywood boys or the Shin brothers, if I'm pronouncing their names, I keep forgetting their names. I'm just going to call them the Bollywood boys for a moment because I keep forgetting the name of their team. But the point is, if he had lost that match, what would be the point of Randy Orton? There'd be no point. And this is a major problem that's going to happen next week. Because if Randy Orton gets over on Jinder Mahal too much, this 50-50 booking will mess him up. As it stands right now, he won, and he won pretty good. If next week he wins really big, then you really wouldn't be sure if he could lose a Backlash. I want to see Jinder Mahal win next week or get over on Randy Orton or somebody next week. Big. That will give me a reason to realize and to believe. Because as a fan, I have to believe in this. If Jinder is getting 50-50 booking, this week he wins, next week he jobs out because he gets his ass beaten up or he loses a match, why am I going to care? But if the WWE has learned a lesson that not every time they need to do 50-50 booking, Jinder will win again or he'll get over on Randy Orton again next week. And then for other fans, for me personally, I couldn't say if Jinder would win. But if he does win and then win a Backlash, it will be something we haven't seen in a very long time. A different direction the WWE is going to go in. And I want to see that. We need something different. And I know people say Jinder has nothing. Yeah, he has titties because of what Ryback said, saying he looks like he's on the roids. Now, I don't know if he's on roids, but I'm saying this. No matter if he's on steroids, hopefully he's not. If he just did P90, which he could had, you never know. The point of this is we needed something different on SmackDown. We don't have as many people like on Raw. They don't give us that many storylines like on Raw. So we needed something different. Jinder wins. Deal with it. Or Jinder won. Deal with it. I want to see more. And if they do this properly, they will give us something more that, yeah, it's going to piss off a lot of fans. But get this. They should be pissed off because Jinder's a bad guy. That's the purpose of a heel. But this is my point of view. You guys tell me below, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's view. I'm thinking about my next pro wrestling guide for newbies. Trying to work that out right now. But if you've seen the last episode, hopefully you have. You may like it. I may even leave it in the link below if you want to take a look at matches. It only talks about maybe 3 matches. And trying to explain it to the newbie fan. Hope you like it. Have a good day. Have a